Alright, so now that I've saved, like I said, I was going to cut down these boxes. And usually in these boxes are just rupees. There's really not much in the boxes. Unless you need more rupees, you can just find them here. There should be a box up there, so I'll grab that after I first go into this little alcove. Alright, so this one has Deku Baba, so in here there's actually something we need to do. We need to activate the switch, and I completely missed. Alright. Especially if you're starting off playing this game for the first time, it might be a while before you get used to the controls. It all depends. Right now I'm kind of sitting far away from my motion bar. The sensor bar, so the motion controls are not really picking up that well. When I was first playing the game, I was sitting at a good angle for my TV. But anyway, I've got to make do with what I've got right now. The controls are working perfectly fine. But anyway, we've activated that door, we can go through it, but before we go do that, there's some other stuff I want to take care of in this room, like these other crates and getting some other rupees and other treasures. So, inside this box, if I'm not mistaken, let's try this again. Inside this box should be more rupees, actually. I'm not entirely sure how many rupees, maybe like 5 or 7. Yeah, it looks like 5 or 7. Oh, wow. Okay, let's go for, well, there's 3... Yeah, let's go for about, like, 40 rupees. Yeah, I'll go with that. Anywho, over here, if you go to the back side of this dome, you can see there's a piece of heart. Of course, you can't get in there because of the gate, but if you send your beetle all the way up here, it's a... You know, first time playing this game, I didn't even notice that there's a piece of heart. So, I mean, it's pretty well hidden. As you can see, the beetles are going to expire, but if we hit the switch before it does... Yeah, it's a pretty well hidden switch all the way up there. And we can go collect the second piece of heart in the entire game. Not every dungeon in the game actually has a piece of heart within it. This is one of the few that does, so... Make sure you do grab that, or else you're going to have to make another return back here. You don't necessarily have to come back here immediately after beating the dungeon. But anyway, over here we can grab some more rupees. And those mushrooms, they do deactivate the beetle. So be careful and pilot it correctly. Or carefully, either one. Alright, so we can grab 5 rupees down here. And we can grab another 5. Not much else in this little area. It's pretty hard to maneuver around there. So, can do some more beetle action. Let's send it up here into this alcove. And in here is an amber relic. So, I mean, it's kind of useful. I would grab it regardless. Alright. So, I believe... Do I have any more? Do I have to go into this one? Oh, I know where this one leads. This is the one where we had just collected the rupees. It's just a long hallway. Well, I guess then that means that we've collected everything. So let's save one more time, and then let's head through this door that we activated a while ago. I keep on saying the word activated. Or deactivated. I mean, we opened this door. We unlocked the door. There we go. Alright. So in here, we have a bridge. Over there we have the door we just came out of. So there's not much in this room. And if we look over there, there's some stuff. We'll take care of that once we head in through here. Alright. And over here, there should be a Skulltula coming down. Alright. Oh, wow. I got rid of that Skulltula fast. Didn't even have a chance to fight me. It just was like, drop down. Pushed over, dead. The life and times of the ordinary Skulltula. Anyway, we can go over here. Cut down this box. I believe they're rupees, or maybe... Oh, hearts. So if you're low on hearts, I would suggest getting that. Anyway, let's climb up these vines quickly. And over here we can use the beetle again to cut down this box. This is actually a metal box, so it's not going to break. And we have a little bit of a push block puzzle. Surprisingly, there are no torch lighting puzzles in this entire Zelda game, which is fantastic because I absolutely hate those puzzles. And I don't understand why Nintendo relied on those puzzles so much. But anyway, what we want to do is we want to push this block into the center of the room, or at least a little bit towards the center. So let's Z-target to align ourselves and make sure that we are looking at the camera head on. We want to align it so that it's in between those 3 eyes. And we want to push it a little bit forward so we can get all 3 eyes to look at the sword. I need to bring it a little bit closer. Oh, okay. Oh man, I want to dash up the block. All right, so let's be careful. There we go. And now let's wave our sword around in circles, confuse the 3 eyeballs, and this will unlock the gate. And now inside of this treasure chest, I believe it is a small key? Yes. Alright, we got the small key. And with the small key we can unlock the door back in the main hub area. Anyway, let's head back through this room. And let's send our beetle without hitting the tree. You could try to go back to the room that we were just in. I mean, back to the main large ceiling area room. I don't know what to call it. But anyway, we want to head over here, activate this crystal switch. This will raise the water level, and this will allow us to get over to the bridge, or at least to the staircase that's broken over there. Like I said, it's been a long day, so I'm kind of at a loss for words, or at a loss for exactly what to say. And we could use the beetle to cut down these webs, or we can just cut it down ourselves. Oh man, that spider's getting awfully close to us. Anyway, let's see if we can... Yeah, there we go. Oh, get off of me. Alright, there we go. Oh, nothing? Really? I'm having some rotten luck trying to get enemies to drop items. Anyway, over here, there's a crawl space that we can go through. And the reason why we want to head over here is because this will lead us back to the door. Normally we couldn't go back that way if we tried, but we couldn't because it was just too high of a gap. Anyway, now that we got the key, this will unlock the room across from us. We're getting actually very close to the end of this dungeon, so... Very, very close. Alright, so over here is a locked door, and there's a tightrope, but do not head over the tightrope without cutting down all these Deku Babas. Alright, so let's kill these 2 on the side. I'm not sure if they will be able to hit you, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. Oh, also, forgot to mention, if you are in the beetle mode, Link is highlighted by a beam of light, a green beam of light, to show where you sent the beetle out of. And I believe if you head through the beam of light that comes off from Link as the beetle will reattach itself to Link. Of course, you could always just stop the beetle's flight by pressing B again, and the beetle will automatically give everything that's collected to Link. So I guess you could do it the long way. But anyway, so let's break down these wooden planks that seem to be in our way. And over here we have a new enemy. This is the Staldra. This is actually a new enemy to the Zelda series, and probably Probably one of the coolest enemies, I think. I mean, it's not too difficult to beat, but it's just a cool design. It kind of reminds me of a Hydra. Anyway, the only way to beat this enemy is to cut off all 3 heads at once. And the easiest way to do that is to wait for the heads to align and then do a spin attack. You can tell when they're going to attack you when their eyes turn red. Alright, see, if I just destroy 2 of the heads, then they all turn... Alright, there we go, that was good. The heads just regrow. That's why it reminds me of a Hydra, because that's exactly what a Hydra is. Except for the Hydras respawn new heads too. Yeah, their heads multiply. You know, the Hydra is one of my favorite mythological creatures. I just loved reading about it, especially with Hercules' 12 trials. Anyway, let me see if there's anything over here. I mean, there's a heart up there I can get. I mean, it's not really necessary to get. Anyway, see, if I head through the beam of light, that Link automatically just catches the beetle. So... Alright, now I'm going to be able to get the heart. Good. Full health. Alright, so... let's head through this door. When we are now entering the last area of Skyview Temple. Man, I love doing the jump attack. Feels so good. Anyway, over here we have another Skulltula. But we don't have to fight this one at all. We can just use the beetle to cut it down and send it to its death. Ha. Anyway, just get a running jump. Oh. Just as I say that, I don't do at all what I was saying. Anyway, we want to get a running jump and grab onto the ledge over there. And over here, if we hit that switch, we will open the gate to the room that we were just... the large hub room, if that's what you want to call it. Yeah, with the big dome. I'm just going to call it the dome room. Anyway. So over here is a long tightrope, and there's a green bokoblin on the other side. So let's make our way across. And that one's actually a green bokoblin leader, so it called reinforcement, so let's actually drop down. And if we jostle this, the bokoblins will fall off, and there's another bokoblin on the other side. Oh, I love doing that. It never gets old. Anyway, now we made it over here. There's a large door, and it's locked. We can't do anything with it. Seems like it's missing a piece of the door. Anyway, let's save. So, unlike the other Zelda games, instead of getting a boss key, on Skyward Sword you have to get a puzzle key. And the puzzle key is a specific key for every boss room door in every dungeon. And what you need to do is you need to align it so it fits within the missing piece, or the keyhole. It's a really cool concept. I'm glad Nintendo did that because, man, those boss keys, it didn't make sense why Link couldn't just hold on to the boss keys. Because they all look the same. They were all the same lock, they were all the same key. I don't understand why Link couldn't just hold on to it and then just use it on every boss door. But anyway, I digress. Nintendo's seriously improved on the Zelda formula since Twilight Princess. So let's swing our way over to this area on this tree. Climb up the vines. And we're going to do some more Tarzan swinging. So we actually need to get the slingshot out. And we're going to knock down these vines. Now this one over here is a little bit tricky, so you want to aim a little bit higher. Alright, so make sure you line yourself up. This jump is a little bit scary because it looks like you're going to miss. But you won't. Luckily for us, Link will automatically just grab onto the vine if you're close enough. Alright, just want to make sure I get in good enough momentum so I can jump far. Alright, good. And I'm not going to stop, I'm just going to go swing, and there we go. So this should be the puzzle key. You got the golden carving. Alright. So now we are able to go on to the boss room. But there's one last thing I need to take care of in Skyview Temple before we take care of that. We need to check and make sure we have that we have opened all the treasure chests. So there's still one that we haven't opened yet. So let's go across to the boss room door. Without failing. Let's try to do this really well. Alright, good. Over here, if we go inside this little alcove, we can open up another treasure chest. And it's probably going to be 20 rupees. Always is. Yep. Almost always those tiny chests have 20 rupees in them. But anyway, make sure you have full hearts. You can always find hearts around this area. Save. And then let's head over to the door. So let's examine it, and let's try fitting this puzzle key into the, this golden carving into the puzzle room. To the empty slot. Anyway, you have to use the Wii remote to turn it around, and that's it, right there. Some of them are, some of the boss rooms, key puzzle things that you have to do, some of them are a little bit tricky, but this one's not too bad. Alright, so we're introduced to the main antagonist of our story, Girahim. So, if it's not apparent to you already, Girahim's a little bit of a creep. A flamboyant creep. Love this guy, he's an awesome villain. Anyway, this is Girahim, Demon Lord Girahim, the very first boss of Skyward Sword. It's cool that our main antagonist is actually our very first boss. I love that. You never really had to fight Ganondorf. Anyway, as the first boss. Alright, so for the first phase of Girahim, he will try to block your sword attacks, so his hand will be in the direction in which your sword is being held at. So, for instance, his hand was held in the upper right corner, so I hit him from the left side. And if you don't happen to hit him from the opposite angle from which his hand is being held at, he will try to grab onto your sword. And if you don't wiggle out of the way, he will grab onto your sword and he'll try to fight you with your own sword. So it's kind of feels like toying with you this entire battle. It's really funny, but it's also at the same time kind of frustrating because you just want to like him to take a lot of damage. Anyway, so he's holding his sword there. I usually find that if I initially start off on the right, and then I hit him from the left, he tends to never block that. And now the second phase has begun, and he'll fight with his own sword. He will summon these little diamond crystals at you. You can always use your shield bash to block, or to send them back at him. Or you could always just line your sword up with the angle which the crystals are being held. He also has a charge move. He also has a teleporting move where he'll appear behind you. If he does that move, is he going to do that move? Yep, yeah, he is. If he does that move, quickly target onto him and start swinging your sword. Or else he's going to hit you once. He does do quite a bit of damage if he does hit you. Just be careful. Remember, you always have a shield, so you can always block his attacks. And I just for some reason can't seem to get that blocking to work. Some of the blocking is pretty tight, so you can always just dodge it with backflips and side flips. Or side steps, not side flips. That'd be insane. I'm gonna get a block in one of these times. Alright. Can I get this? No, I can't. Dang it. Alright, well... Oh my gosh, I'm down to half a heart. If he does his charging attack, make sure you're on the move. Especially if you're going out to look for hearts. There are quite a few hearts spread around the boss room, in the pots. Make sure you use your sword to get the hearts, and don't try to pick up the pots. It just takes way too much time. Alright, so when he tries to do his dash move... Hold on a second, let's get this down. Alright, so when he tries to do his dash move, I think what he should do is he should stand still and just wait for him to do it. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so let's try this again. Alright. Alright, let's stand still, wait. And that is the end of Demon Lord Girahim. He's a very fun first boss, I mean. And especially the bosses in this game, they require you to be more strategic in how you deal with them. They don't really have those obvious hit spots or predictable patterns like the other bosses in Zelda. But anyway, he's just saying like, oh man, I was just toying with you. We'll meet again. Blah blah blah. And for beating a boss, we get a new heart container. Alright, so let's go grab our new heart container. And now our life has increased up to 7 hearts. Alright, so let's head through the door. And let's go find Zelda. Alright, so before... hold on a second, is there a cutscene here? Oh yeah. Doesn't look like there's any Zelda in this little area. But there is a Skyward crest. Interesting. Alright, so before you go actually activate that crest, there are a few things that you want to take care of. First of all, over here, if you send your beetle up, on top of this pillar there's 20 rupees. Definitely a good thing to get while you're here. And I don't think there's anything else. Alright. Now, there's still one tiny little thing that's actually very good to get before you activate that crest. Make sure you do it before you activate it. Over here is a Skyward cube, a Goddess cube I mean. So let's use our Skyward Strike to activate it. If you don't activate this before you go activate the Skyward crest, unfortunately you will have to sit through the cutscene, and then after the cutscene you won't be able to activate the cube unless you come back to this area. So, word of warning, if you want to get that cube right now, do it before you use your Skyward Strike to hit this crest. Now let's sit back and enjoy the cutscene. And we have received the Ruby Tablet. Alright, so that ends Skyview Temple. And let's save, and once we save, we'll be placed back outside of the temple.